Adelaide in South Australia is a gateway to the region that is considered the best and most renowned wine producer here in the entire country. It's called the Barossa Valley. And today we'll see how many wines you can try. Yes, we started with a good breakfast. How many wines can we try today?
152 and a half.
How many days do you think we're staying there?
2.
Sorry to say, but this is just a day trip.
There it is, Trailhopper.
Oh yeah, our bus has arrived. We have pickup here from the city center. Hello.
How you going this morning, guys? Australia is in the top 5 of wine producing countries in the world. We created blended wines. We've grown to love them and they're really cool. These vines here on the left are the oldest Shiraz grapes in the region, and they're over 150 years of age and still producing.
Our driver and guide was very knowledgeable about the region and gave various tips about the wineries. We chose 3 very different to visit.
Bethany Winery at the top of this hill. They're a small family producer, because this is the oldest German village in the Barossa Valley. A lot of Barossa Valley was mostly settled by a combination of English and German Lutherans or Prussians who were escaping religious persecution. Enjoy the stop this morning, guys, for the animal.
Thank you.
See you at 12:14.
Yes, see you. Hi. Very good. And you?
Good, thank you. Are we looking at doing some tasting today?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Our first tasting.
You got the Grenache, which is 80, 100-year-old vines.
This wine right here.
You look at that's the village itself. It's like a store. It's got all the different chapters. When we first came out from Brush, we started to say, what's new? Things are going, but then it came to all the things.
Oh, wow. This is a family-owned winery. Look at you like a connoisseur.
You will like it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Wow, it's the type of wine that I love. It's so smooth. It's my first wine in the tour. It's already my favorite.
It says the village was settled in 1842. 1852, first vines were planted.
So this next wine here is a blend.
GSM, which is a mixture of Grenache, Shiraz, and Taro. Grenache, as you had before, it's a soft character, sort of strawberry characters. Then you get the Shiraz because of the backbone, and the Taro gives it a bit of an earthy character.
So interesting that Australia was originally criticized for blending grapes, but it works. It is so good.
Do you normally drink more medium-bodied or heavy-bodied?
I normally don't drink at all.
There you go. So you might find these next two, they get a little bit heavier. Definitely a lot more of those oaky, kind of earthy flavours in them. Goes really well with steaks and things like that.
Okay.
The next one I have here for you guys is a Cab Merlot. This one's a 70-30 split between Cabernet and Merlot.
Let's see if you did your homework. What is the most famous grape here? What are they known for? I mean,
Shiraz.
Yeah, good job.
I didn't do no homework, I guess. Very good.
This one is a Shiraz, so what we're known for in the Barossa, also at Bethany. So you see the colour of this one is a very deep kind of red. It's because it is a very heavy type of grape.
Here's the Shiraz. We can see how darker it is.
This one spends about 16 months in French oak.
I think you definitely taste more the oak. I don't know, I'm not a wine connoisseur. I think this is what they call bodied wine, I think. I'm just repeating what they're saying. Yeah, I think this is stronger. I prefer the first one. That was my favorite. Thank you very much. Our very first stop. I'm already leaving with a bag. And the area here is really beautiful. We're on top of a hill. We can see the vineyards down there. Wow. This winery here, Bethany, they're considered a small producer here in the Barossa Valley. And I just learned that they have vineyards since 1852, but they only started producing wines 40 years ago. And they keep it within the family. Here's the bus. Hello, good. I got something.
Oh, well, one of the other guys bought a box.
A box? Wow.
Did you like the Grenache?
Yes, very good.
The vines you see on the left?
Oh, yeah?
That's the Grenache. Grenache is grown differently to other vines. It's grown like in a bush rather than trellis. And that's why it often is a little bit softer, because the grapes tend to be a little bit lower down on the vine and kind of be shaded a bit more. And
Oh, it makes sense.
now, next one for Lambert. This is a little bit close to home for you guys. Jim and Pam, who are the owners They moved here from Wisconsin to be winemakers.
Okay. Do they still have the complimentary tasting here?
Yes, they do. A lot of wineries in Barossa always did complimentary tasting, but for some reason or other they just shifted away from it. Sort of tastings are becoming more common ground now.
Uh-huh.
See you back in an hour.
Okay, thank you. Hello. I'm good, and you?
Very well. And you're doing a tasting with us today?
Yes.
Lambert.
What I might do is, just to make it a bit interesting for both of you, we'll line up something like the Riesling and the Viognier, and that way you can see the weight difference between that and some flavour difference. That might be nice to have a little sip of each, and if you want your own glass because he's drinking too much, you let me know. You'll often see Eden Valley on the label. It has its own geographical indicator. Australia-wide and globally recognise that as a really good region, whether it be your whites or whether it be your reds. Eden Valley is pretty much over the hill from here, so it's a cooler climate. Barossa is Mediterranean.
Chose to go for whites this time.
Yes.
Probably only about 25% of the Barossa would be white. The rest is reds and also for fortifieds as well. So I'm lining you up with our beautiful Chardonnay. This one's only had around the 20% of oak and a little bit of malolactic. So you'll get more of a fresher, cleaner feel for your Chardonnay, not that buttery, oak-driven style that tended to be quite predominant a while ago. This is growing right at the front of the estate when you come in. This is our Zinfandel rosé. The Zinfandel is growing just on the back of the property there. So if you want me to take a picture of you two.
So different. It's different from anything I've ever tried. Wow.
I'm going to let this one stand by itself when you finish those. This one is a little bit more fruit driven. I use the word fruity, I don't use sweet, but when I say fruity, people think sweet. It is sweet fruit, but it's not sweet. So
Okay.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Love this one.
I do
Yeah,
too.
it's the best one.
But the Miss Sunshine is just great.
Yeah.
Lower in alcohol too. It's really got low sugar. So what I've poured for you is just a couple that are in our more softer fruit-driven style, and that's Tempranillo. So you've got Spanish variety, a great food wine, easy drinking, and the Merlot. So the Merlot will have more violety structure, a little bit firmer, fleshier feel, and the Temp will be soft and kind of juby.
You said juby, as
I
in
say, you know, like when you have a really ripe plum and it's sort of really fleshy and juicy. Juby's not a technical wine term, so all my years of study, I throw a few things in, all right, just to keep you on board in there. Just things for paying attention, it's all right. I really like showing the Merlot against the Temp, more for the weight, the structure and the feeling difference.
that's nice.
It took a long time.
No, that's nice. I like that.
You were elaborating more, thinking about it.
Just tasting it. I actually like that. Better than the other.
Wow, I agree. It's very nice. The Merlot, very nice.
Lighter, much darker.
Yeah, so interesting. Let me compare now to the Tempranillo. Very soft. I think I prefer this one, baby. I think I prefer this Tempranillo compared to the Merlot.
I like the Merlot better. The Merlot for me.
How'd you go with those?
I prefer one, he prefers the other.
That's it. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
This is Mourvedre, also known as Mataro. We used to grow so much more Mataro and use it as our fortified when we did a lot of ports. And it was a great blender in those days, throwing in a bit of Shiraz or Cabernet. Now we do it as a GSM blend, Grenache, Shiraz, Mourvedre or Mataro. So that's the M in that. So it really does give a bit of softer structure, tones down the ripe Grenache, tones down the full-bodied Shiraz. It's a bit like putting salt on your chips, I say. And this is our softer Shiraz. So it's the first chapter. So then I'm going to bring in another full-bodied Shiraz.
I can't drink anymore. I'm sticking with that Merlot. I think I've had enough, yeah.
About you, Renee.
Yeah, I'm the one who doesn't drink here.
What I've done for you is just a Cabernet to break it up, and then the bigger Shiraz in the commitment.
Okay, look at that. You can clearly see again the different colors. Oh, this is very nice too. Try. You can. It's really good.
Sticking with the Merlot.
Oh, good. I was going to say, I've got the Merlot bagged up for you. It's all right, mate. Feel free to go for a little wander.
Yes.
Go out in the balcony and get some fresh air. And
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No trouble at all. My pleasure.
How nice.
Lambert's totally family owned and operated. Everything is actually done here. So underneath you is our barrel storage area. Just down the back there's our bottling line. Just over the side is our tank storage area. Everything actually happens here on site. So it's a fully functional, total producing winery.
It's so beautiful, huh? Now, the number one rule when you visit wineries is don't walk through the vineyards. It could bring bugs that could eventually destroy the entire production, and they'd have to shut it down for years. The founder of this winery here is from Wisconsin, and from someone from the US, it's missing the American flag here. Have you seen it?
No?
Thank you so much. Oh, there you go. That is just in a different part of the building. Second winery, second wine. So which one did you choose here?
I chose the Merlot.
I thought we agreed on the white, the Mise and Shine.
No, I like the Merlot. The Chardonnay was nice. The Riesling was nice.
You waited for the minute I went to the bathroom to place that order.
No, I didn't.
You
No, I didn't.
strategically did that.
No.
How many wines did you try here?
Too many.
I don't even know anymore. I think only here we had like 10, right?
Yes. 4 white and 6 red.
There was a rosé.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's too many because you kind of lose track of taste.
Well, you did. I didn't. I'm still fine. We got another one to go. We're visiting different wineries today. At first, we thought we can go to like 5 different, but no, you can't. I think we'll probably just stick to 3, right?
Yes, that's it.
And it is actually so nice to talk to people here because they're so knowledgeable. They explain you all the details of the wine, the family traditions as well. It is really nice. And everybody's so friendly.
Go on, ladies first.
Hello, thank you.
Didn't get any recommendations when we were getting back home. What was this one? Grenache again?
This was Merlot.
Jim, as an engineer, he's thought of everything. There's solar panels on the roof, there's Tesla chargers out the front, there's water storage up the back. They're big tanks that they collect off the roof and then it goes in and it's used through the building. You can only buy their wines either online or here at the cellar door.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We're privileged.
Yeah.
The car started, and Barossa have a habit of doing something quite unusual with some of their vines, which I haven't ever heard about being used any other wine regions in the world. When we get really hot, dry conditions or heat wave conditions, between 35 and 45 degrees or more, they will spray some vines with sunscreen. The reason they do it is because those particular varieties of grapes, the leaves under that hot heat have a tendency to burn. And then when they burn off, then it leaves the fruit unprotected, and then they lose between 20 and 30%. If you see some vines that look either slightly different to the greenish colour they look at the moment, like grey or a bluish colour, okay, it's because they've had a bath in sunscreen. It's not that they've got a disease or mould or fungus or any of those bad things. It's just that they're getting a little bit of help. Usually a kilo of fruit should equal a bottle of wine, on average. You guys going to Yalumba next.
Yes.
The Hill Smith family, it's the oldest family-owned winery in Australia. There are wineries that are older than them, but not in family hands anymore. If you see their wine labels anywhere in the shops or bottle shops and things like that, or restaurants, every single wine bottle has the clock tower on it because it's sort of the benchmark of what they were created from.
Thank you.
Enjoy your stuff.
Yes, thanks. See ya. Wow, this one is probably the biggest here in the region. This is family owned, right? Also, guess since when they can trace their roots here?
1782.
No, it's a little bit too much.
Okay. 1842.
Oh, that's close. 1840s. I think it's 1849. And it is a beautiful property. Welcome to Yalumba. This is the only winery in the Southern Hemisphere to have a cooperage on site. What that means is that they produce the barrels right here and then they sell to the other wineries. Look at that. It's producing the barrels right here. That is so cool. Other wineries might even have a cooperage, but it's not operational like this one.
I've already ordered. Coonawarra Barossa.
Oh my God. Wow. Is that the most expensive here? I
Yeah.
guess, right? Oh, you got an expensive taste.
Yeah, I got you.
Local cheeses and cured meats there, some fresh and dry fruit, olives, sourdough, bit of everything.
Okay.
This time I'm going with reds, Gordon's going with whites. And it's interesting that it's a totally different experience here, right? We got all of them together and the food.
So the white wines you're looking at, you're starting on Chardonnay. For us, the Chardonnay styles are all about being really fresh and vibrant and fruit forward. Roussanne is next. There's a French varietal from the Rhone Valley. It's often always blended, but we love to make it on its own. And then the next two is really what we're really invested in, which is Viognier. In the 70s, there was record low plantings of Viognier. There was only 11 hectares left globally. So a varietal that was really going to disappear. So our owner decided to invest in Viognier, and keep in mind it's about a 12-year journey from deciding, okay, I want to bring that varietal to Australia, to actually being able to source fruit from it. So it's quite an investment. So since then it's become a bit of our signature white wine style. You've got two different styles you can play with.
Now you tell me, what have you memorized?
I've got a card for that.
Ah, you're so smart.
And then the reds, Grenache, very on trend in the Barossa Valley. Grenache has always been here, but it's often always been blended off or used for fortified wine. But at the moment, it's very popular to have it on its own. Grenache is really fruit forward and vibrant. It's soft on the palate, so it's not like a big heavy Shiraz, which dominates the Barossa. So it's a nice contrast for us. Next one, GSM, that's Grenache, Shiraz and Mataro blended together. A personal favorite of mine, more medium bodied. Shiraz, you're in the land of Shiraz. I mean, you'd have to be trying to make a bad Shiraz from the Barossa. We're just very blessed the variety thrives down here. And then you've got Shiraz Cabernet, which is a signature of ours. It's the classic old Australian red wine blend. I'll let you enjoy, and if you have any questions, just give us a wave.
Okay.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. So interesting that as you go to different wines, the experience is totally different, right? But seeing the wines that we're gonna try, I think it's kind of the same grapes. We start with the Grenache, then go to the blend, then the Shiraz, which is the typical from this region. Very cool. Look at how light this is. We have opposite ways to go for wine tasting. You totally finished one before you go to the next. And I know, I try all of them at the same time.
I don't like to mix the taste. I like to experience one and then move on.
Okay. Well, I prefer to compare one to the other. Khamoun.
Oh, it's fantastical.
Amazing.
I think you'll like that.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's enough.
Love it. It's my favorite wine of the day. It's the very first one that I tried in the first winery, tried in the second as well, and here in the third. It's also the first wine that they give on the list. It's the Grenache, because it is so soft. I had never tried Grenache before, and it is fantastic. Which one is your favorite?
I don't have a favorite. Not yet.
Not
Let me-
yet? So you need to keep going? Is
Yes.
that what you're saying? This winery is so big that they got a map here, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
A little bit about Yalumba. By Australian standards, it's quite historic. It's Australia's oldest family winery. 6 generations in that same family, which was started back in 1849. So that family's the Hill Smiths. They live on the property here as well, so they're very much very involved in the business.
Beautiful property. I don't think I've ever had so much wine in the same day in my whole life. No. And I feel totally fine. Guess how many grape growing families they have in this region?
322.
550.
Oh, yeah?
It's a lot, huh?
That's a lot, yeah.
Wow. And here they also have some of the oldest vines in the world. We only visited 3 wineries here, but they have 150, which is so cool because as you keep coming back to Adelaide, you can keep visiting new ones and try different wines.